So before we dive straight into my rounds of golf in Dubai on 4 DP World Tour courses, I've got to talk about a little update to the golf bag. So I have just got my hands on the brand new AVODA curved irons. Now you'll be able to see from this angle just a slight bit of bulge in the face. Now what this is going to do, when I hit the off-center strikes, the miss will not be over-exaggerated as much. So therefore, if you strike it out the toe of the club face, the side spin will be reduced. There's this thing in golf called gear effect, that when you strike it out the toe or the heel, it adds a side spin on the golf ball. So when you hit it out the heel of the club, it will produce a left to right side spin. If you hit it out the toe, it will produce a right to left side spin. So when I hit these irons now, out the toe or the heel, the side spin will be reduced, and therefore these irons will go so straight. So let's dive straight into round number 1 at Dubai Creek. I'm super excited to showcase all these 4 rounds to you. As they're all on DP World Tour courses, they're absolutely stunning, in the heat in Dubai. Sit back, relax, and enjoy these rounds. It wouldn't be a Josh Oddie round without a high right off the first, would it? This one left me right around about 210 into the green. A brutal second shot, but clipped a 6-iron pretty good there and just missed the green to the right hand side. So a testing chip shot out of this Bermuda rough, and the ball sat down, so I'm just trying to open face with a 60, land this one on the front edge and praying for an up and down on the first here. Beautiful shot, and that was going to be a tap-in par at the first. So second hole, long par 4, have to hit an iron to get it into the fairway, leave yourself a nice shot in. Danger lurking everywhere on this tee shot, bunkers right, water left, and I tugged the pants off this one, but luckily hit a tree and just held on to the left semi-rough. So this one was from 180, and I actually hit a 9-iron. So the front edge of the green was 160, but I knew it was going to fly on me, and this one flew. I must have flown this probably 195 with a 9-iron, and it just held on to the back edge, leaving me a tough chip shot back down the hill, water behind. Not a nice one on the second hole of the day. Called it a groove too low, and this one actually did pretty well to stay on the green. Left me around about 18 foot for the par, back up the hill, and a very good putt. Thought I had it at this point, but yeah, not the greatest way to start your round in Dubai. So third hole, great chance here, short par 4, but I couldn't quite get onto the front edge of the green, so I opted for a 5-iron layup, and it was a bit slappy, to say the least. This one went about 190, left me 140 into the green, and I hit a good pitching wedge left of the flag, but just turned it over again, and this one missing back left edge of the green. Gave me a putt, but this was a very long chance for birdie back up the hill, and unfortunately just didn't quite get the speed right through that fringe. And then this one was from 6 feet and unfortunately just slid by. So 2 over through 3, not the perfect start in Dubai that I was after, but par 5 coming up on hole 4 and trying to bounce back, stay positive. It's hard to be mad when you're in the sun, but yeah, I'm just aiming down the left hand side here, just trying to hit a little fade. And done just that. I thought it was going to fade a little bit more, and this one just stayed into the left rough, but I had a fantastic lie, so I hit forward out, and this one actually got up to the front edge of the green, and unfortunately that would be another not made up and down to be 2 over through 4 holes. Beautiful par 3, and it's hard to be mad in Dubai. I mean, just look at this view, Burj Khalifa. It's just stunning out here. And this one was close to being a good swing, just caught it a hair finny, short right, not the ideal miss, but a pretty simple chip shot here. Pretty good touch to about 4 feet, and this one just slotting it in for my par. 2 over through 5. Gorgeous hole this, hole 6. Water on the left, water on the right, bunkers down the right. Trouble lurking at every place you look, but I'm just trying to slot it down the middle of the fairway with 5-iron. And it was another slappy one that just carries the water and left me 210 in. But yeah, as I say, it's hard to be mad. Just look at these views. It's just absolutely stunning out here. Couldn't recommend it enough. So this one with 7-iron from 210. Fly lie again, and I know it's going to jump, so just trying to get it onto this front edge, releasing up. And this one was a really good swing, actually straight at the flagstick. Take a pretty soft bounce to just come up 30 feet short, but a really good putt there would mean a par save. And yeah, that's a hole that par was a great score, you know, so I was pretty buzzing with that. Hole 7, dog leg right to left, long par 4. You kind of have to hit driver, otherwise you're going to have miles left into this green. And not the ideal hole shape for me when I shape it left to right. I could have done with a mini driver, I think, looking back at that. This one missed right into the trees. And I'm just taking my medicine, just trying to get this one back out in play.
Good recovery.
Leave myself a chance at making par at least. So the night before I actually played par 3 course and the pitching was dialed. So just reminiscing on the par 3 course from the night before, and I hit a great shot here to about a foot. So par 3 course coming in clutch for me there. Very good up and down for the par. Hole 8, stunning par 3. This was actually about 190 to the flag, and I hit a stock 7-iron straight at the flagstick. This was probably swing of the day for me. Straight down it. Came up about 11 foot short. Very good chance at birdie. Just slides by. These greens were sneaky quick as well. You can't be too aggressive on putts, because otherwise you're leaving yourself them 3-4 footers stinkers coming back. Hole 9, really good swing there, down the middle. And look at that clubhouse. There she is, the famous Dubai Creek clubhouse. From 110, I had a gap wedge here. Just trying to play it a stock number for probably a 105 shot. And it just went a little left again. Down the hill, good chance here for the bird. And as I said about the speed, you don't want to be getting aggressive out here because they will roll on. And this one was from 4 feet to stay at 2 over through 9. Not the best of front nines for me there. So +4 stood on the hole 11, and turns out on hole 10, guys, you can't miss it long left, and that's what I did, and I lost my ball, made double. So you'll catch me on hole 16 now. We're still at +4, all pars for them holes, and this one just another stunning par 3. I had 8-iron here from 185, I believe. Just trying to hit that little draw shape into this back left pin location, and a really, really good swing. And this was now a great look at birdie, down the hill. Tracking, tracking, tracking. Hit it, boy! Not what you want. In the jaws. That's going to be another tap-in par. Playing partner said, "Does your husband play?" That's why I'm laughing my head off. So the stunning 17th hole, water all down the left. Just trying to slot a forward between the bunkers and the water, really. And I overturned it. It hits a rock and bounces back into the middle of the fairway. Sometimes it's your day, you know. Thank you, God. 65 yards now. I've just got a left arm, 60 degree. Should be perfect. And just a little tentative on that swing there, coming up around about 16 foot short. But nevertheless, it's a great chance at birdie. just slides by again. And that's golf. You know, sometimes they go, sometimes they don't. And that's just one of them days so far for me. Another par. Hole 18, tough one. If we could escape with par here, you know, although it hasn't been my day, we're just trying to get off the course, you know, damage limitation and all that. And a very good driver, straight down the middle, or left-hand side, should I say. Just in the semi-rough, I had around about 140 into the breeze, back left pin location, and just trying to play that little draw shot again. And you can see that curve face really coming in there. The side spin just doesn't exist with these irons, so you can be so aggressive, just aim at flags with these irons. They're absolutely unreal. And a pretty good pace putt to finish off the round. And that's going to be 4 over in my first round at Dubai Creek. So, to sum up that round in a few words. I landed the day before in the morning, didn't really sleep that evening, and thought I'd just be fine going out, teeing off at 7:30 AM at Dubai Creek. Of course, I've never played the DP World Tour course. Turns out that was quite silly. Yeah, I didn't have it today at all. And that's golf, you know, sometimes you don't have it and you shoot them scores that you're not very proud of, and that's certainly one of them. You know, not to make one single birdie out there, super frustrating, but there's still 3 more rounds to go and still a lot of golf to be played. So I'm hoping a little practice session and the game should be back in. By the way, you're not still paying £40 for a premium leather glove. It is Black Friday on gxgolf.com. Go check out their massive sale and make sure you use code JOSH10 at checkout to get 10% off your order. So let's talk about the irons, let's talk about the round, and let's see how these irons really are performing out on the course. So I think one thing for me out on the course that was very tough to understand about these irons was I normally play with a little bit of curvature on my ball flight. So what I'll do is I'll tend to bring the ball position back in the stance and I'll hit these kind of trappy draws into the flags, especially with the 8-9 pitching wedge in the bag. So that shot for me was a little bit strange because it's now not actually moving at all. So I'm aiming 5 to 8 yards right and it's just staying there. But then once I started to trust these irons, there was a couple of times on hole 8, I'll roll the clip now. This golf shot, I just said to myself, right, just aim straight at this flag and play your draw shot. And what did it do? It just stayed dead straight on the flag. And that's something that I think that you can learn to trust with these irons, is that the ball flight is going to be super straight. And in terms of distance, nothing really has changed between these clubs and my older AVODAs. So moving into this set has been pretty easy in terms of numbers wise. The lofts are very similar, and the only real difference is that these irons are going straighter. So what's not to like about hitting your irons dead straight? So what specs did I go for in these irons? We've actually got the KBS TGI 100 gram shaft again, and I'm super impressed with the graphite because not only are you getting a little bit of a lighter shaft so you can provide more energy, more speed into this club, but also it's probably stiffer than what I used to play before. I mean, at 100 grams, this is so stiff, and that's the beauty of playing graphite. You can actually get a really stiff shaft without it being super heavy. So to get the same stiffness in a steel shaft, you'd probably have to go somewhere near like a 130 gram. To get it in a KBS graphite shaft, you know, I'm playing 100 grams and this is super stiff. I mean, I've hit that awful and look at it. It's a cheat code. It really is. So how the progressive curve works is that on my pitching wedge, the curve won't be as much as what's on my 5-iron. So when you start to get to your bottom end of your bag, your 5, your 4-iron, that's where you're going to see the most curvature. And obviously, as we go up the bag, that's going to be where we need the most help because we're putting more speed, more energy into that golf ball. And definitely one thing I noticed with this 5-iron, I hit definitely a couple of shots out on the course that, you know, are feeling like they're turning over or, you know, they're slightly necky. And the result is actually just holding in there. And that for me is massive because that might be the time where you just hold on to that green, you 2-putt instead of not making up and down. It's all these 1%ers that I think if you can do it with the equipment as well, this is only going to massively help you when you get out onto the golf course. Not bad for the first 5-iron of the day. 3 yards offline, we'll take it. So also in these irons, you can actually get them in same length, which means all your clubs will be the exact same length. You can get them in combo length like I have, which is lob wedge to 8-iron, all the same length. This means that in your scoring clubs, you're going to have a really consistent setup, a little bit more benefit with the wedges as well, increased spin, etc. You can also get them in variable length. So if you don't want to go into these funky combo length or same length irons, you can actually go and get yourself now a variable length set of AVODAs, which is very unique to these people that can't make that transition to a combo length or same length set. You can now get yourself a set of AVODAs in variable length too. Now, AVODA have got a massive Black Friday sale coming on Wednesday. So that's going to be in 48 hours time. You're going to see these irons at prices that you might never see again. And that's going to be your chance to get yourself a set of AVODAs for a fraction of the price. I'm going to leave their link down below. We've got another 3 rounds coming from Dubai. I'm super excited to showcase these rounds. +4 in round 1, not great, but it kind of keeps me in touching range and hopefully a few more good rounds and we'll be back up that leaderboard. So I appreciate all the support on the channel. It means the absolute world to me. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, turn the bell notification on, and don't miss another one of these Dubai rounds coming soon.